please check out the description. Or that description, actually. Because there's a lot of free things that you can get. First of all, there is the link to the podcast, because this is actually a podcast and a YouTube quote-unquote show. On the other hand, you're also going to get 3 things, as I said. For example, the free PDFs of the things that I've highlighted in this episode or in other episodes. If I've highlighted something, then it is going to be in a tiny PDF. You can download it and print it and share it and do whatever with it. And there is everything in this that I've gone through in this episode, which is pretty amazing because some people like to listen, therefore we're having a podcast. Some people like to watch, therefore we're having the YouTube videos. And some other people like to read things. And this is why there's also the free PDF. And there's as well some music, so if you do want to have some background music in this video, then please also check out the 3rd link, or it's actually, I think, the 4th link, but 3rd section, something like that. And there's also just different tracks to choose from, and they're all, I think, an hour long, so you should be fine. Everything should be fine, should be good to go. And yeah, enjoy the episode, and I'm going to see you. So, today we're going to talk about tidying up one's room, because this is apparently something that I'm super duper good at. Not. And therefore we're gonna go through this, we maybe gonna make this motherfucker. And today, as you can see, I'm again sitting here in my chair and also talking to my old quote-unquote microphone. And I don't know, I just thought, well, let's just take this once again, so that I'm not gonna have too much, because there is some extra step that I have to take if I'm just recording with the separate one, because I then have to just first of all make sure that everything is synchronized and stuff. So yeah, there is some additional things that I need to be doing, and I don't know whether this episode's gonna be like uncut or something, because I've also thought about that, just doing this because I can, some sorta, and I hope that the noise of my fucking PC is not too loud. And I also hope that nothing is lagging and stuff, because this is something that is sometimes going to be the case, because I actually don't know why. If I'm just using this phone for recording, then everything is fine. Like, I'm not having any lags, everything is fine. But yeah, anyway, as you not can see, because this motherfucker isn't having it. So here you can see me probably 100,000 times, then you see something else. And this is what we're going to talk about, because I've actually been looking up some websites, and I've kind of Googled like some crazy interesting websites and stuff, and I found this one, which is The Art of Manliness, which seems to be for men, but I wouldn't necessarily say so. So I'm gonna definitely generalize everything. On the other hand, it is also quite interesting because it's just a blog, but yeah, I found an article there which is all about cleaning up stuff, and then all about just tidying up your room and all these things. So we're going to talk about that. And there's some sort of an infographic, and this is quite the only reason why I've decided to take this one. And now I'm actually getting really severe problems right now. Either I haven't just seen them while I was just working with the other phone, or it's just, I don't know. Or actually, I really don't know. Let's just close down everything, because I'm a motherfucker and don't close everything down before I start to fucking record there. Please go away. Thank you. Please, you motherfucker, go away as well. So, let's see. The first thing that they say that you should be doing is gather your tools, which is, I think, a pretty good idea, because you need to have this and that and these and those to clean your shit and throw away your shit and tidy up your shit. So, gather trash and laundry as you move from room to room, which is a tip apparently, I guess. Gather your tools: glass multi-purpose and toilet bowl cleaner, duster, paper towels or rags, vacuum, laundry basket, and the garbage bag. The second thing is focus on quickly removing or organizing clutter in every room you visit. I see. I think, well, this is actually a pretty good technique or strategy. Well, it's more or less a tactic, I'd say. Strategy is kind of like the whole one, and this is how you're doing it. Like, strategy is basically what you're gonna be achieving, quite, even though it's not your goal. But yeah, that's anyway. The thing is, I think that's a good idea because, and this is the reason why, if you tidy up everything just really quickly, it's also going to be the 80-20 rule. It's also going to be the case that 20% of what's laying around is just making 80% of the clutter and 80% of the not feeling good inside of your room, and the 80% of, okay, it looks shit in your fucking room. And so if you just tidy it up, you're already feeling like, wow, it's better. I know it's really good, but now I'm just only having to do the other stuff and to just really have it clean and stuff. But I think it makes it way better and you're seeing results faster, which I think is also some kind of a motivation booster, rather than just doing everything at once. In terms of like, you're gonna move from room to room and whatnot, but you're gonna just go in every room, because they say on quickly removing or organizing clutter in every room you visit. And I would actually say that you should be visiting every single room to just tidy up everything at first and then move on and just do the other shit. I think it makes sense, because if you then get into the room, first of all, you can clean everything and vacuum everything relatively easily, because you've already just tidied it up in such a way that you can do that. But on the other hand, you also feel like, wow, it's not that bad. It's just a little bit of vacuuming, and then that's quite it. It's not then really feeling like, wow, I just have to do so many fucking things. The third one, in bathrooms, clean mirrors, spray down counters with multi-purpose cleaner and toilet with toilet bowl cleaner and leave it to soak, which I think is a good idea, because it's gonna be more effective than in the end, which also leads to you not using so much of your cleaner, which I think is also a good thing, because, I don't know, it's first of all not good for the water, it's not good for just the toilet, in terms of actually just flushing it down the toilet. Like, it's not good for the environment, unless you're just using some eco-friendly or just environmentally friendly cleaners and stuff, but you're also just saving it, for just other days, quite. The fourth point is spot clean. Floors and countertops in the kitchen, quickly wipe down appliances and put dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Even though I think, I don't know, like, yeah, I think you should have your dirty dishes already in your fucking dishwasher. It shouldn't really be something that you're doing when doing everything or trying to do everything. But yeah, I assume, there's gonna be people that are just having that. So yeah. The fifth one is, as they say, vacuum. High traffic carpeter areas, don't worry about moving furniture or being perfect. 75% clean is good here. Yeah, quite. And I'm actually only doing this in my room. Like, I think the dustiest place that I'm having is beneath my bed or under my bed. It's like just really fucking dusty, like really, and there as well. I don't actually know why, to be honest. And also under my desk, because I just tend to eat there and tend to have shit there, and also just behind all the things that I'm having, like the TV that is standing there and all the other things where you can also reach beneath. There's going to be some dust. And the sixth and last one is make your bed and put away loose items in your closet for a quick cleanup of your bedroom. Yes, I think this is a good idea. I think this just makes sense and is a nice thing to do. The seventh thing, I've actually already thought that it is like just finished. The seventh is return to the bathroom to scrub off the hard surfaces and clean the toilet. And one tip, don't use the same thing, the same tool. How should I say? It's not a tool, it's like just some cloth or whatever for the inner side of the toilet and the outer side, and or just go from the outside to the inside, because if you just dip into the fucking water and where you just put your fucking shit in and then you go to the outside, you're always, you're just basically spreading your fucking bacteria all around the place, which is not a good thing. It's not that cool, not that amazing, and you can't just really go around that by just cleaning smart, as people apparently always want to do things in a smart way, as if there was a smart way. Most often actually is, kind of. The last one and the eighth one is drop off garbage and laundry in their appropriate places and dust with your remaining time. Yeah. And that's actually some good tools. I don't know if this is a good thing. I've actually never had such a dust, whatever it is called, like this fluffy thing. I've never had one of these, but I've had a Swiffer, if this is something that you know. And there's actually also some text there. Like this illustrated guide, then you're going to love our book, The Illustrated Art of Manliness. Pick up a copy. Illustrated by Testosterone or something. I do wonder if there's also other things like that. Film and TV storyboards, pirates, plug services, The Angry Walk, Czech Speak illustrations. I do actually want to have, again, one of these. Popular Science, Make the Grade. I do want to have such a guide. How to establish a simple cleaning routine and stick to it. Maybe there is also going to be one. Maybe. We're going to see. We're going to search for one of these. But apparently it's not the case. I do want to have something or is it? No, it's not. But there's some headlines. Know how to network. No, this is not something that I kind of want to actually talk about. Even though it is really important, like networking and just being able to communicate. I think, well, yeah. I think before you start networking, you should just be able to communicate with people in an appropriate way. And maybe also have some communication theory, like Václavic and what's there as well? Lacan, maybe as well. And the last one is with the 4 sides model, or however it is actually called in English. I don't know. I don't know his name, unfortunately, but it's a pretty interesting thing. Like, and I think that we can also see how communication fails quite often, you know, because I mean, I assume this and the other person assumes something else, and it's already broken and fucked up and shitty and gone and whatnot. So it's like, yeah. So let's actually get strong, get ahead, get style, get social, and podcast, books, and Huckberry. What is Huckberry? Can only Huckleberry Thin, or however he's called. I don't fucking know. Let's see what Get Strong is all about. The prisoner workout. Kill a body with exercises. I'm gonna go through this because I want to rip it apart. Or not. How I double my testosterone levels naturally, and how can you too? I wonder. Because they're just showing somebody that's working out there, but I don't really know if there's gonna be some huge advantages if this is the case. Even though I kind of have a feeling that steroids is basically also just testosterone, but I don't know. We're gonna see. By the way, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry. It's probably been really loud. Testosterone week. How I doubled my testosterone levels naturally, and how you can this too. How you can do. Well, never mind. The obligatory disclaimer. While I do have a pretty manly mustache, I'm not a doctor or a medical expert. I'm a guy with a law degree he's never used who blogs about manliness. What I'm about to share shouldn't be taken as substitute for qualified medical expertise. It is a simple, is it simple exercise? Did I read this? I've lost the line, fuck you. It's simply my experience and views on a subject. Before you make any changes in lifestyle or diet, talk to your doctor or a healthcare provider. Be smart. So, my 90-day testosterone experiment. Let's see, should I actually kind of highlight something? I might. I think it's actually kind of an interesting thing. Well, yeah, let's actually maybe move through that. Let's do a quick review of what I shared in the instruction to the series. August of last year was a tough month for me, primarily because of a huge and grueling project we were in the midst of here on the site. I was stressed out, and my sleeping, healthy eating habits, and workout regimen all suffered. At the end of the month, I got my testosterone levels tested and found that my total T was 383 ng, which is nanograms per deciliter or something, and my free T was 7.2 pg per ml. Close to the average for an 85 to 100-year-old man. I then began a 90-day experiment to see how diet and lifestyle changes could boost that number. The reason I started the experiment at that point is because I know a lot of guys who live my last August lifestyle at the time, and I wanted to see what would happen to an average guy who turned things around. Yeah, I'm gonna skip things. How to increase testosterone naturally. And there's a short list. I'm gonna actually just, I'm gonna highlight it. I'm actually, by the way, sorry for all the women that might be seeing that. Maybe there's also gonna be something for you. I don't know. I hope. Eat a well-balanced diet. Put an emphasis on foods with high saturated fats like butter, coconut oil, and eggs. I don't know. I know, because saturated fats are not that healthy, actually. Quite. I know, and there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't be eating any butter and coconut and not too many eggs. At this point in time, I'm eating quite some eggs. I gotta have to be honest with you, because of the protein, and that's it, quite. I know, because I think it is actually a pretty great way to get in some protein. It's not that much, I know, as we all think. Maybe it's just, I think, 6 grams per egg, and the egg is 50 grams or something, so it's not that much. It's quite also a lot of fat, to be honest. Supplement with vitamin D3, fish oil, whey protein, and magnesium. Exercise with an emphasis on strength training and high intensity interval training. Cardio. Don't overtrain. Get more and better sleep. Manage stress. Avoid xenoestrogens and other T-lowering chemicals. Have more sex. Take cold showers. Maybe. I'm doing that, and it is a cool thing. And I've actually stepped up my bar from, I think, 1 minute and 20 seconds to 3 minutes. It's not been that of a nice thing, but you get used to it, Diet. Our diet plays a huge role in our testosterone production. Our glands need certain minerals like zinc and magnesium to get testosterone production started, and our Leydig or something cells need cholesterol to make testosterone. Some foods like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage can help boost T levels. The biggest change I made to my diet was increasing my fat and cholesterol intake. There is a reason why old school strongmen would drink raw eggs. Studies have suggested that higher fat and cholesterol consumption results in increased levels of total testosterone. Men eating low-fat diets typically have decreased testosterone levels. I tend to do this, by the way. The emphasis on increasing fat and cholesterol consumption meant I got to eat like Ron Swenson for 3 months. Bacon and eggs and steak was pretty much the staple of my diet. But you might be asking, isn't cholesterol bad for you? Doesn't it cause heart disease? Answer, it's complicated. Before I'm actually going to read this answer, which by the way is also something that I'm really interested in, and therefore actually really happy that I've decided to go through this one. The problem that I'm seeing there, and if then in the end it's gonna be like, well, you see it, you are just really ripped then and in really good shape and stuff. Like, yes, the thing is, I assume that this person and the article is also gonna say like, okay, you shouldn't also be eating too much. You shouldn't be also consuming too many calories. So, and if we think about it, we're gonna have a really high protein and fat diet and low carbs. If you're having just really low carbs, chances are really good that you're not gonna just have a lot of fat, because this is essentially what carbs are doing. Kinda. I'm often seeing it, and I've often seen it. Also, just celebrity trainers talking about like, okay, they have been cutting carbs pretty heavily and stuff, and been thinking about that and also acting on that. But yeah, also I think in the end, just some people like Chef Cavalier, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from Athlean X, also YouTube channel, a pretty nice one, pretty interesting, pretty useful as well, is having a really, really no to nothing fat diet. So he's not eating any just additional fats or stuff besides the oil that he's using for cooking and just, I don't know, the meat itself and the fish itself and stuff. And he's fucking lean, like he's at 5% or something, which is really amazing. But yeah, let's see. I don't have enough time or space to cover the ins and outs of cholesterol in a post, but overall research is showing that popular beliefs about cholesterol aren't completely correct, and the public shouldn't be as afraid of this molecule as it is. If you're interested in learning about the myths and benefits of cholesterol, I highly recommend reading these in-depth, well-written and well-researched articles at Mark's Daily Apple, the definitive guides to cholesterol, the straight dope on cholesterol part 1 and part 2. For those interested, at the end of the section I share my cholesterol and triglyceride levels after more than 4 months of eating copious amounts of bacon, eggs, meat and nuts. Now here's a breakdown of what I eat at each meal. I can't read, I really can't. Give me all of the bacon eggs you have. So the meal, or the breakfast, is bacon and eggs. Apparently, during the weekdays I ate what I call the Ron Swenson special. 3 slices of bacon and 3 whole eggs. Aside from being delicious, it also provided the fats and cholesterol my body needed to make testosterone. Nitrates freak me out, so I used nitrate-free bacon. Okay. On Saturday's morning, Gus and I went to Brown's Pancakes for Gus, breakfast burrito for me. Okay, that's one of our father and son traditions. What is Brown's? Brown's. Is there something that's gonna come up there? Browns.com. Frozen yogurt. Okay, cool. Thank you. Super duper. Sunday, I typically skip breakfast. I usually just wasn't hungry. Lunch, the man salad. It actually looks like liver and... Oh, I'm assuming. What I'm seeing there is nuts. I'm seeing nuts. I'm seeing avocado. I'm seeing, I think, spinach, if I'm not quite right. And I'm also seeing steak. This is my hot take. Let's see if my hot take is actually a good take. I know Swenson wouldn't improve, but for lunch each weekday and sometimes on Saturday, I ate a salad. But it wasn't just any salad, it was a man salad, damn it. I packed as many tea-boosting foods as I could into this thing. So spinach and spring salad mix. This was the base of my salad, and I used organic girl greens from Whole Foods. And blah 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 blah. Spinach and other leafy green vegetables contain minerals like magnesium and zinc, which have been shown to aid in testosterone production. Then we're gonna have meat. It seems to be more muscle is more tea. Meat, particularly beef, provides our bodies with the protein it needs to create muscle. Particularly, I wouldn't necessarily say particularly. I mean, like if you just think about chicken as well. But the problem is chicken is not fatty, but beef is probably way fattier. But what about pork then? Well, yeah. More muscle is more testosterone, and the fats and cholesterol to make testosterone. My meat topping of choice was sliced up chuck steak. I grilled 2 of them on Monday and it lasted me until the next Monday. Every now and then I slow cook some ribs or brisket to use as my meat topping. Nuts, usually a handful of Brazil nuts or walnuts. Nuts are little fat bombs that provide the cholesterol that blah 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 blah. There's actually cholesterol in nuts. I didn't know that. Is actually every fat cholesterol? Well, I don't know. Avocado and olives. Avocados and olives are a great source of the good fats we need for healthy testosterone production, as well as nuts actually. Besides that, olive oil. I topped my salad man off with lots of olive oil. Research suggests that olive oil helps you cells with produced testosterone absorb blah 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 blah. And as I've mentioned a few times, our need cholesterol to make testosterone. More cholesterol absorption is more testosterone. I wouldn't say so. There's probably going to be a border. Yeah, quite, I think. And then balsamic vinegar. Like I've by the way also done that. I've also done the whole quite high fat diet because I knew that fats are having a lot of calories and I wanted to gain some weight. In the end, I was really unhappy since I've then been like just not looking that good. I felt fatty and I felt like, even though I wasn't really, like, of course I still was, I don't know, I've just gained 3 kilograms or something, which might be, I think, 5 pounds or something. I actually don't know. But it's really not been that much. I've then been able to just lose 1 kilo again, or 2 or 1.5 or something. But I've also been able to just get a little bit more ripped. And of course, it also has something to do with the workout. Because back in the days, I wasn't really that strict with the workout and stuff. So now I am. And now I also think about it and stuff. Snacks, dinner, whatever in moderation. Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure about all this, Total cholesterol. So what did all the eggs and steak do to your cholesterol levels? The total cholesterol was 202 milligrams per DL, just barely out of the desirable range of lower than 200 milligrams. HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol, which was 77, and the optimal range is 60 milligrams. My HDL levels were great. The LDL, the bad cholesterol, should be from 100. This put me in the near or above optimal range of 100 to 229, and he's had 112. And then the triglycerides, but I'm gonna skip them. So it actually seems to be quite fine, kind of, But I do wonder if it's also good to just have less. If it isn't like just, okay, if you're gonna have this cholesterol level between this and that, it's just fine. But it is not like optimal and stuff. But I don't know, like, I'm... especially when it is all about like, okay, having a really high fat diet with a lot of meat and stuff, then I'm always a little bit like, I don't know if this is that good. I don't know if this is what you should be doing. And of course, please consult a doctor, just someone else that knows something and has a degree and stuff, and certifications and stuff. Please do that. Don't listen to me or to anybody else. Quite. But yeah. Whey protein and creatine shake. Before my weightlifting workouts, I would mix a scoop of whey protein. I use J-Raw because it's all natural, and a scoop of creatine into unsweetened coconut milk. Just trying to feed my muscles the stuff it needs to rebuild itself after my workout. I do wonder what he's looking like. I mean, because I can also just exercise, lift weights. If you want to increase testosterone, you've got to start lifting and lifting heavy. Which actually is the case. I don't know why it is the case, but it's apparently the case. Go for a high volume. Don't take each set to failure. Yeah, I have to work out today as well. And today is leg day. And I don't want to do it. Get more and better sleep. It's just the other stuff. Conclusion, related articles. Yeah, the question of today is, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Oh, well, it's lagging once again. I don't know what's actually wrong with this shit. It low-key pisses me off like really a lot. There's not even that many programs. I'm just having a fucking browser open. That's quite it. And the fucking browser that I'm using to fucking show you that shit. And it still is like, encoding overload. Consider turning down video. If this video is fucked, I'm gonna fucking explode. Because I don't know. Is it because of the phone? Is it because I'm just also having another source of just fucking audio? I think I'm actually gonna check this today. I think for the other episode that I'm gonna have to record, I'm just gonna use my fucking phone, or the other one, just to fucking see what it is. Just makes a fucking difference. Sorry for just ranting, but really it's a fucked up thing. Can you please work? Testosterone week, the benefits of optimal testosterone. You seem to be like a superhuman. I don't know as well if this is not like a little bit overdone with the whole testosterone shit. If it is that important or something. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But let's see what they're else just talking about. Get ahead. Read these 5 books to get the personal financial education you never had. I'm not a big fan of something like that. How to avoid conversations, narcissism. Get style. 10 things your father should have taught you about style. How to wear a suit without a tie. 8 myths of man style. I wonder what this is all about. You shouldn't wear like this and that probably. You've also got to stay on top of the latest trends. Bullshit. If something looks like, yeah, this is just mistakes. Myths, yeah. Like, of course, like, there's gonna just be some things that are always gonna look great, like a fucking suit. We're having a fucking just suit styles like, I don't know, 200 years ago or something. You need a great body to look good, even though it helps, but not really. There's a lot of guys that are just pretty skinny and or just a little overweight and stuff, and they look pretty fresh. People are smart enough to judge your character and not your looks. Yeah, apparently it's just actually kind of not the case, because, I don't know, like, we all just judge a book by its cover. It's inevitably gonna be the case, I guess. Dressing sharp takes longer than just throwing on any old thing. But I don't know. I think it's the same thing. I mean, if you only have good looking things, then it's not gonna take you any longer, quite. And also if you're just having a lot of clothes that you can combine with each and another, and you really look at that and really focus on that when you're buying them, so that you're not gonna have some things they can just only wear like just for certain circumstances, once a year or something, then no problem. Ready to wear clothing is ready to go as soon as you get it off the rack. What's ready to wear clothing? Ready to wear off the track, 2 phrases for the same thing. Clothing is made to fit as many people as possible. The less sizes the manufacturer has to make, the cheaper production costs are, so every size will. Question today. Is your diet good? Or are you having a fucking shit diet? This is the question of the day. And yeah, I think this is also going to be the end of the episode there. So there's also some other stuff, but it's not going to be that important. I hope that this was actually a cool episode somehow. Not really sure, to be honest. I really am unsure if this is a good one or if this was a good one. I really hope that the audio is fine. I really hope that the video is fine. I'm a little bit pissed off actually, also because I've been able to, or I wasn't able to start as quickly as I wanted to. Like I just had to search for articles and I wasn't able to find them, and shit was broken and stuff, and I hate it. Yeah, But yeah, anyway, gonna see you the next time. Bye bye, and I wish you the best health, wealth, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself when you will be remembered. It basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, that being remembered as a nice person. Yeah. And with that being said, 3 other questions that I have here, which is why are you here, what are you change, and what is bothering you the most? And these 3 questions hopefully gonna show you your purpose and maybe even the business idea. And yeah, gonna see you the next time. Bye bye.